Into the very first dance, and that was Nastia and Derek kicking off the night. Of course, 2008, her win in Beijing at the Olympics was her big year, of course, and doing the Argentine Tango. I'm going to start with you, Anna.
I mean, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. What I really liked about the beginning of the routine is that I felt with a lot of the routines, it was very much on the nose for a lot of the routines. And some were successful and some were not as successful, in my opinion. But with Nastia, it was it was a song that she performed to, okay? But it was pure Argentine tango. It wasn't, oh, let me put this stuff and Olympic medals flying around and, you know, maybe a few extra gymnasts doing their twirls, or should they not doing twirls, but you know what I'm talking about.
Tumbling, and flipping, and yeah.
Let's do a couple of tumbling and flipping. It was none of that, which I respect because it was just pure Argentine tango choreography, brilliant choreography, I think, and she is able to execute it so well. I mean, those legs, I know what you're going to say, but those legs were beautiful. The feet, however, did sickle a few times, and that's the gymnast curse, I guess. I mean, as gorgeous as her lines are, no, well, her feet were just a little sickling.
They were sickling when they were in the lift, but
that's not a gymnast thing. Sorry, I'm totally defending gymnasts.
Okay, but that's not a gymnast thing, but that's the thing that we always discuss, and the couple of the gymnast girls that were on the show sometimes extended so much that they end up overextending the outside edge of their feet, and I think that's
Nastia doesn't normally sickle her feet. That's why I was actually when I did see
it was the first time
I saw that first sickle and that very first lift that they did, and I was like, oh, that was really unusual. But
right, but I knew that you were going to notice it, and then in the end when they did the what we call it, the bird, I don't know. There was
the fish. I got called the fish in ballet.
Yeah, they call the fish in ballet, but in Russia they call it the bird. I don't know. Gorgeous, everything. Whatever Len Goodman had to say, I mean, I can see his point. That he wanted it to be much more intimate and more into each other. And she's so strong and so on her own feet that I felt like she is so in control of her movement that it was almost like she didn't really need to depend on Derek in connection. Not physical connection, because there are a lot of lifts and stuff, but I guess that chemistry and that intimacy. I mean, she was performing to the outside, where in Argentine Tango it's much more
internal
and intimate. It's boutique of a dance, not so, you know, it's not a circus. Shouldn't be a circus. It should be a dark lit room just for the two of them.
Well, let's talk about that Len comment, because you and I had talked a little bit about it. I mean, what are your thoughts about the character of it?
You're talking to me.
I'm talking to you, Suri, because I know you had an opinion. Yeah. Darvina can go next, but
100%. So I agree with Len. I agree with you. I think the routine was flawless for me. I didn't even notice the sickled feet, and I have to go back and watch. But Nastia has never done a sickled foot in her life, so I'm not concerned about that moving forward. She is, what she has to work on is going outside of herself. Gymnasts, we can perform, but making it intimate and bringing people in and having that connection is what her challenge is going to be. That's all.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
Darvina?
I totally agree. I mean, the choreography and her dancing ability is insane. Like, I was watching in studio, and you know, she's so in control of her movement, her body weight, you know, there's no question of where she should be. So for me, the routine was really on point, and it was just action-packed. The one thing, you know, I agree with Len, but it's only a small thing, and I think, you know, week 4 is only going to progress, you know, the performance, and that's what we want to see, you know, that development. So that's where she's going to grow.
Yeah, because technically,
One more thing I want to add. If this was any other season, this would have gotten all 10s.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. Just talking about scoring.
What if we threw her in season 18 up against Meryl? How great would that have been?
Oh my God, that would be a battle to die for.
Can you imagine? Like throw it all down on the dance floor.
Yeah.
I mean, because I was so excited that they were doing Argentine Tango, because this dance is made for Nastia's lines. I mean, she's gorgeous, and I think that Len, you know, did make a good comment, because you need to give a constructive criticism somewhere. So I guess that's where she's going to need to work.
Right.
Because the rest of it's all falling in place.
Like, she's amazing. She just, the first week when I saw her, I was like, Sorry, what? Are we coming against her?
I know.
I mean, she's just, she's powerhouse, man.
She is.
She's a killer.
She was on my flight to New York. She's so fit, too. Like,
wow.
I was like, I'm ready for a nap. And she was there with her Dancing with the Stars hair and makeup still from her samba. And I was like, you look amazing. But she just looked really great. Yeah. And I don't know. It's because sometimes it's hard to go from an elite athlete and then not training anymore. Sometimes the body doesn't know what to do, but she just got that.
A lot.
You can tell. I mean, she looks great. All right, so I'll kind of all over the place with the scores 9, 8, 9, 10.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Great.
Yeah,
Len was a little bit lower.
Should have been either all 9s or there should have been a few more 10s.
Yeah, I think so too. 36 altogether, but a great start to the night.